Hey guys, forgive me for this, but I gotta tell you guys this. See this piece right here? That piece right there, I just fell, came off right there. I just snapped it off right off of there. That's a weld. How in the world could I pull off a weld? Bullcrap. This thing snapped off right here. It's got a crack right there that I've since drilled out, and this crack was actually pushed out. I've actually tapped it back in and it's split there, so I have to weld all this back together again. I'm going to weld it here, and across here to make it a little bit stronger. Watch for the upcoming video. I'll show you guys the finished product. Back here, originally thought that these were rust holes, and you can tell where the Polaris factory welds are and end that it just got really hot right there as my cat comes into the picture. And you can see how smooth these welds are. They don't go back and forth, and they don't have very good penetration at all except right here at the end. So what I've got to do now is I got to come back in and I'm going to fill these up. I'll fill them from the back side. I'm going to weld this right across here, and then as you guys can see by this weld, it's intended to fill this gap. Right, that's where they want it to go. So it's supposed to weld these gaps together. But again, you guys can see I'm holding that in my hand, so it never welded onto the material. That's just it. It never welded onto it. This is off my buddy's Sportsman XP1000. It's a 2018. And I said to him straight up, I said, you know what? This wants me to pull my bike apart and check my exhaust, because if my exhaust is the same way as this, it's absolute trash. I've cleaned this thing up with green Scotch Guard, and does a great job of doing it. Like these ends here are polished; they almost look new. And what I've done is I put this thing together so where I know where everything is and how it's going to go together. And I've actually just taped it with electrical tape. That'll hold it for now. I'm not going to be moving it around a whole lot. And yes, this is going to get pretty warm when I weld. But I'm hoping by the time I weld, like put a tack there, tack there, tack there, and tack there, I should be able to just release this tape, no problem. And as you guys can see where this thing is, my buddy's mechanic actually, I got this off him today. He's actually the one that took this off because it's at his mechanic's place right now. So he was nice enough to mark this, and he corresponded it with this so that I know, and you guys can see right there where the weld sits, and it's a perfect fit. It didn't weld. It just didn't weld. Look at that. It didn't weld. So it's crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to re-weld all these. I'm actually going to re-weld this, put a nice bead all the way around there. It does seem to have good penetration. I was looking in it. It's kind of hard to see in the video. It does seem to actually have a pretty good penetration. The other one was this hook right here. I've since pounded it down, but you can see the gap. This weld broke off, so that's just for the spring, and so I'm going to weld that back down. I'll probably weld it on the inside here too, or at least on the bottom, give that a little bit more strength on both of these. So again, I'm not going to show you guys the video of me welding, or I might, I don't know, because this is going to be a pretty straightforward fixture. But if you guys own an 850 or 1000 in any generation from 2017 up, you guys might want to have a look-see at your pipes, because I cannot believe, like, this is, I'm gonna have to weld all this, and I'm probably gonna build a weld over top of this just to make sure, because I don't even know if this weld is actually sticking to how well it's sticking to that. I almost want to knock it off, but these are my guides to welding it back together again, because this is where it was. So pretty wicked gaps. I'm not going to weld this right across. I just want to weld it up to give it a little bit more strength, because this might be not welded the way it is, or not welded the way I want to weld it, because maybe it's designed to expand or something. I don't know. And then, like I said, I'm going to weld these two pieces together right here in the dead center. I'm going to fill that gap up, so there's no gap whatsoever. And then actually, as I start to do that, I will step it up, and I'll go back and forth on this one here to build up the middle section here, so that when it goes back onto this Y piece right here, that center gap is going to be filled, and we're not going to have an exhaust leak. So stay tuned for my channel. So maybe I'll bring you guys along here with my GoPro, and I'll try to edit it all through my iMovie and show you guys here the progress of actually welding this back together again. I just thought it was really important to show this video because of the fact that it's absolutely insane that my buddy's got 20,000 kilometers on his machine. Not far behind me, I'm at almost 23,000 kilometers on my machine. But it's almost insane to think that this thing actually lasted as long as it did, considering it wasn't welded together. Like, that's insane that I'm able to just lift this right off. Like, look at that right there. That's where it was. Focus. Look, that's where it was. That little dark spot. Like, it's absolutely insane to me. I've talked to you guys about Polaris quality before, but this one just takes the cake. Look, that's where she's supposed to sit, right there. Yeah, that's the weld. That's Polaris's weld. You can see there how it matches up pretty good right here, right? Because that's where it was supposed to be. I've bent this thing around a couple of times because I can't believe that I was able to just pull. Sorry for bad video there. That I was just able to pull this right out. Look at that. Like, that's absolutely did not penetrate any of this. But strangely enough, when it burnt this, like right here, this piece right here, you see that? Strange enough, when it burnt that and it didn't stick, it was enough to actually melt the metal here and here and here, because that's what it did. Because that's covering it up right there, right? That's covering those holes up. But then if you look closely, if it'll focus, sorry, you can see that right underneath that, as I move it, that's where the holes are. So right here, and you can see where it pooled right there. That's probably, I don't know if that's a start or a stop, but that's why it blew the holes in there. So I know that those are not rust holes. And originally, the mechanic's video, when he showed it, he showed this crack right here. At the time, he didn't see this because it was still on here. Because when it was still on the machine, what he did in his video was he just said, and this, he's like, and this right here broke loose, because it's about as far as he could move it at the time, because it was still connected to the exhaust pipe. So he wasn't even aware of it. And what he was showing was, like, try good luck getting inside there to weld that, because you know where it's at. But now once you get it apart, you can see, right? You can fill this all with weld. You know how much you basically got to bring it up leveled right across here, which is fine. Welding it inside here to make sure that it doesn't leak there, and filling it up there. So that's what I'm going to be doing in my next video. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let you guys talk in the comments, man. Seriously. 2018 Sportsman XP1000. Is my 2020 Sportsman the same way? Is this how Polaris does their welds? Like, that's some, I don't know if that's robot welds or what that is, but wow, is that ever crappy. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think, and I'll be welding this thing up tomorrow. It's my day off work, so I'll be taking time to do this. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace, love, and happiness. See you guys next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you guys later.